What's up, tribe? I was thinking, like, I've been telling y'all about my fasting journey, about not eating food, solid food, and I haven't even mentioned to y'all that it's been 10 months since I've puffed a holy herb, since I've communed with Mary Jane. You feel me? And I think that's important to let y'all know because that's been a drastic change in my life, family. It's been 10 months since I've puffed some herb, y'all. And I just want to tell y'all a little bit of what's been going on and why I stopped. So first let's start off with why I stopped, right? Since I was about, my first time puffing, I was 14. And then by the time I was 16, I was full blown pothead status, you feel me? And so I started to think last year, like, you know, the past couple of years I've taken breaks, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, but I started to think my entire adult life since the age of 16 all the way up until now. You feel me? Your boy is infinitely 30 now. I'm infinite, but I'm 30. I've never really, I've never really taken a break longer than 90 days. I haven't taken a year off. I don't even know what a full year sober as my adult self even looks like. And so I started to think like I never gave myself that opportunity to just be with me and who I am. The last time I've been sober a complete year, I was literally a kid. And so another thing I was thinking was I was seeing things online on how, if you consistently puff the herb, it might stunt your mental growth in a sense of it'll keep you stuck in that age wherever you started, right? And I didn't know if that was true or not. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take some time off. I'm gonna take at least a year off. I'm gonna take at least a year off and let's just observe and sit with ourselves. You feel me? Okay, so that's a little bit of the why. Now, what I've noticed, right? What have I noticed in these 10 months? One, I noticed just like the food fast, sometimes I will go to the herb to run away from emotions that I have to deal with, right? That I haven't dealt with, that I would just look past and ignore. You feel me? So emotions came up and I had to face them. There was nothing, especially since I'm fasting too, there's no food, there's no nothing I'm running to kind of escape. And so I'm dealing with that, right? Two, I noticed this was a good plus. Yo, my dreams came back stupid vividly. I mean, and I already know that. Every time I would take a break, I would remember my dreams super vividly. And so that's also a bonus. Two, that the dreams coming back and just, I started to think like, I'm exchanging my dreams for the holy herb. Because every time I would go to sleep off the herb, it'd just be black. You feel me? Until I wake up again. Three. You feel me? Three, another thing I noticed is after a couple months, 3, 4, 5, I did realize that mentally I was maturing more at a greater pace than, I usually was. So there is some truth to that statement I mentioned earlier. I realized I was starting to ground myself more and really look at reality and be like, yo, I gotta do this. I've been avoiding this. It's also sometimes the holy herb can be used as a tool to avoid and get away from things that's tough. You feel me? Because the world's tough, but especially living out here in LA, it's so accessible and everywhere and anywhere you can get it. People throwing it to you, And so, what's another thing I've noticed? I have noticed that, just more energy. I've noticed I've had way more energy. I've also noticed that I've gotten better sleep. Like the quality of my sleep is better. What's another thing I've noticed? Another thing I've noticed is, it was just on the tip of my tongue. Another thing that too, short-term memory is way better. Memory in general is better. When you go on that holy herb every day, your memory, your short-term memory, to be specific, boo-boo, garbage. You feel me? Y'all already know. What's the other thing that I noticed, tribe? What's that other thing that I noticed? I was just getting ready to say it. Let me take a little stretch. I'm dry fasting right now. We've been going the distance. But, another thing that I've noticed is, and this might not happen to everybody, but it used to happen to me. See, I'm the type to push through any insecurity and fears to complete my goals, right? But I've noticed that I've had more confidence with doing what I do. Sometimes when I would puff the holy herb, I would have amplified inner doubts amplified insecurities, right? So I'd puff the holy herb and say, like this video, for example, in my head, it's like, when I woke up this morning, it's like, I should make that a video about this. Now I'm recording it, right? Easy, simple as day. But say I puffed the holy herb, sometimes I would have the thought like, oh, I should make that video. And then I'd be like, oh no, I'm gonna sound stupid. Oh, but who am I? Oh, but like all these inner thoughts would be, these insecurities would amplify. And of course I would push past them and I would still make the video. But the fact that they were even there being amplified in the first place. And I would notice that with a lot of things I would do, you know, I'd be like fried and then just be having so much inner doubt. And so that's definitely calmed down. And, you know, my confidence has been rising and rising and rising, even though people like, Sunrise, you always seem so confident. Yeah, I am confident a lot, but I want to be stupid, dumb confident, you feel me? S on my chest. And yeah, now I'm not condemning it, because there is a lot of benefits to the holy herb, and I got a lot of friends in the cannabis community, you feel me? And so I definitely get it. But sometimes you can abuse something, right? And it can turn from medicinal to addiction. And if you feel like that's you should definitely take a step back. You don't have to eliminate it for your whole life and make that stance right now, but sometimes just take a step back and, you feel me, just sit with yourself. Nothing else, just you and the breath and reality, and deal with your stuff. So yeah, y'all, that's why I stopped puffing the holy herb, and I am 10 months in now. We almost had a year. Honestly, I don't know if I'll go back to puffing. I might enjoy the edibles, but I don't know. I've been enjoying me. Love and light, y'all.